right, Eric, thanks for jumping on with me this morning to talk a little bit about your college decision and your career here at CBA. You just decided that you'll be heading to Syracuse University next year, which is a terrific school. I'm sure you're really excited, probably relieved somewhat that the process is uh, is over, so to say. I know you got some work still to do, but let's talk about your decision to attend Syracuse. Syracuse is one of those schools that has a lot to offer, a lot of really great departments. I know the communications department is really great there, and you're going to be doing something a little bit more specific within that communications department. So give us a little insight on your decision to choose Syracuse.
Yeah, thank you for having me too. I'm really excited to talk about this. So, I'll be going to Syracuse University next year for their band year program, which is a part of the Newhouse Communication School. So, my attraction to the band year program was the its emphasis on music recording and music business, the whole industry, and seeing all of the coursework, the opportunities there, the internships. It really excited me, and it showed me like this is a place I want to be because they have so many connections in the music industry, and just getting like right into the real world on our first day there. They've talked about how you have to complete 3 internships. um, there's a lot of lecture series with music professionals that talk to the students every week. So just seeing all of that, it was really exciting. Finding the place for me with the help of the my guidance counselor, Mrs. Hayes. She really helped me throughout the way because like last year I wasn't really sure where I would be, but this year we really found a path, and we really struck gold on what I wanted to do and where it would be good for me.
I like that term, struck gold, because again, it's a evolving process, right? It doesn't just happen overnight. You think you're going to do 80 different things before you actually get to college, before you actually choose the college you want to go to. So I'm glad you found something at Syracuse, which is unique. I think you have great interpersonal skills anyway. So I think being in a communication department, but you also have a strong passion for music. And so you touched a little bit about how Mrs. Hayes, you worked with her to find, something you'd be really interested in. How did CBA really set you up to be confident in that decision to choose Syracuse and choose that specific program at Syracuse?
Yeah, so honestly, when I first got to CBA, I'm like, as all the other guys in my class, I was a completely different person. And then over time, it was really the classes from day one. Like I remember my theology class with Mr. DiBrienza. Like our first paper was like the question was who is God, and then from like right there, it really helped me get the ability and skill of like observing, like getting insight into who I really am and like what makes me me. So like every single class from there, it goes to like my English class sophomore year with Mr. Vieta, my history class with Doc Gus junior year, and then this year with like literature, Mr. Noonan, Mr. Lopez. It's just like all the faculty has really given given me the skills that I need to understand myself and understand how I can use that to find the place for me. And that really gave me confidence. Just like because I feel like that's really important to know.
For sure. And I think I like how you talked about your progression through each grade, because each grade level here at CBA kind of offers something different. You learn more about yourself each grade level you go through here at CBA. So I like how you touched on that and some specific classes that helped you along the way. Speaking of the curriculum and the grade level progression, what have been some academic challenges at CBA that you've faced but you've overcome and actually grown because of it?
So definitely with academic challenge, I think one of the big things at CBA is like how much writing you have to do with the essays. And there's been days that I've been able to like get my essays done early and like I don't have to worry about it the night before. But there's also some days that, there's other stuff that I need to worry about and I don't get to doing that essay. during until like the night before. And there's been a lot of late nights of me like doing work, doing essays, doing all of that. But and like at those times it's like, how am I going to get through this? It's like all the anxiety comes, all the negative mental health, it comes into play. But I like sit here now and I'm able to look back and I know that I was able to get through all of that. So it's definitely like just the classwork, and not even just like the overall classwork, but like what was in the classwork, the prompts, the questions, what made you really think about things, and just finding those ways to get through that, and realizing that when I like set out to do something, it'll always work out. Like no matter like which way it turns out, it'll always be okay. Just knowing that I can get through that really, I think, will prepare me for college next year and all
Yeah,
those.
and I like a lot of what you just said. Again, there's always going to be challenges in anything. CBA is a college prep with a rigorous academic curriculum, and so there's always going to be challenges for all of our students. And learning how to adapt is a key and something that's going to help you so much when you get to college. And I know I liked how you talked about writing because writing is something when you go to a communications department you're going to have to do, even though you're going to be focused a little more on some music aspects. You're going to have to write, and so that's going to come plenty in handy when you get there. And you touched a little bit about it there, about kind of the maturation process that you go through at CBA. When you look back at your freshman year self and now as a second semester senior, what has been the maturity process in terms of growing as an individual, academically, but also socially, culturally, athletically? I know you're involved in a whole bunch of extracurriculars, including the track team and the music production club. So touch a bit on how all of that kind of came together to help you grow.
Yeah, so I've definitely have had a really diverse, I guess, um, like arrangement of extracurriculars at CBA. Like I've been on the cross country team, the track team, volleyball, student council, jazz band, pit band, and it's really shown me like every bit of both myself and the people around me. And I think about maturing as a person. I think what it comes down to is like having CBA as a constant like relationship, because there's been like other people from other schools that have like come and go in my life, but what's always been constant is like the guys at CBA, the teachers, like the activities that I have, and just having those things to help me grow and develop musically or as an athlete, because I love all of it. I love sports, I love music, I just love all those experiences. Just enjoying those experiences and like finding meaning and reflecting on what I've done. I think that's really helped me to just mature overall and just learn what it's like to work with different types of people and work with different states of myself too.
And you talked a little bit about it there, and I really wanted to ask you about this because you do have a very interesting music career here at CBA. You just touched on it a little bit with the jazz band, but I also got to take a sneak peek at your music production club that you started this year. So can you give us a little bit of background about the music program as a whole and the music offerings here at CBA and how that has really impacted your high school experience as a whole?
Yeah, so music has been like a huge part of my life here. Um, in the back of my mind for like most of my like teenage years, I always knew like I was really passionate about music. But I think sophomore year we had a music appreciation class with Mr. Lopez, and that like really exposed all the students to music. And I saw like Mr. Lopez as a really easy like teacher to connect with and talk to, and he kind of ushered me into the music program. So I really only got into music at CBA my junior year. But I mean, I was thinking when I was a junior, I was thinking maybe it's too late for me to like really get into this, but he really helped me understand that like you can start whatever you want at any time you want. And he helped me get into the jazz band. and he helped me get into the honors jazz combo this year. And just his help and guidance through like knowing what I want to do with music and exposing me to different ways of practicing different types of music. It's really helped me find my place musically at CBA and even develop a new place for others in the future to find.
Yeah, and I mean, I like your advice in general is nothing. It's never too late to start something, right? Getting into the music department as a whole, kind of your junior year after taking that music appreciation class sophomore year, which again, that sophomore year music appreciation class, I mean, it did wonders for you based on the next 2 years of your life here at CBA. So I think that class, not everybody's going to be super interested in it, but someone like you took that class sophomore year and ran with it. So that's really awesome. Just to wrap up here, I want you to think about some advice you'd give to some underclassmen here at CBA. As you are only a couple months from graduation here at CBA, what would you stress to the underclassmen at CBA on finishing their careers at CBA?
I'd say my biggest advice to all the younger guys is don't build walls around yourself. Don't like your don't confine your mind to like certain spots of what you're interested in. Just be really open to experiencing new cultures, new types of people, new music, definitely, new sports, just like anything. Because the more you limit yourself, the more you limit your potential. And I think that if you're more open, that's just going to help you down the end. Just knowing more about like everything about the world and just really experiencing and enjoying what everyone has to offer.
I love it. I love it. That's really good advice. And I hope that the younger CBA students will take heed to that advice because it is great advice. Eric, thank you for taking some time this morning to talk about your decision to go to Syracuse, which again, congratulations. That's really terrific. And touch on your very unique CBA career because, track and music and volleyball and student council and all of that has really come together for a great CBA career that you should be very proud of. So thanks for joining me this morning. And, we'll have you for a couple more months here, but good luck at Syracuse.
Thank you so much.